Hey guys, how's it going? This is Autobot JCB here, coming to you with a brand new How to Transform video. I know you guys are immediately going to ask, hey, where's the new Transformer Cybertron video? To be perfectly honest, I've been putting those videos out kind of quicker than I intended, and I'm running out of figures. So to keep you guys entertained, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead, and today I'm going to be showing you how to transform the 2007 Leader Class Megatron from the first live-action Transformers movie directed by Michael Bay. Now, as you guys can see here, Megatron's vehicle mode is that of a huge Cybertronian jet. And one thing I will do is I will show you here is a size comparison to the deluxe class Bumblebee. And as you can see here, Megatron is just absolutely massive. And of course, if you're going to be the leader of the Decepticons, you gotta have some stature to yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a couple of features that Megatron has while he's in his vehicle mode. Then we'll get on to lights and sounds, and then we'll get on to transformation. And before we get going, I actually want to say that this one, I actually got really lucky with this one. I was never able to get a hold of this when it first came out. I actually found this one at a Goodwill. I was really happy. Unfortunately, he did have a little bit of damage, so I had to get another one in order to fix him. But now I have a composite one that is 100% complete and 100% ready to go. So anyway, getting back on topic. So what we're going to do first is we're going to bring in Megatron for a close-up. And as you can see here, I can't bring Megatron in too close without him going out right out of the camera frame. Like I said, Megatron's vehicle mode is that of a huge Cybertronian jet. I know in the second movie when he was rebuilt, I think he was a Cybertronian tank, if I remember correctly, because I don't think he scanned an Earth-based vehicle mode until Transformers: Dark of the Moon that came out in 2011. So, like I said, as you can see here, he's a Cybertronian jet. I think it's really weird that his head is basically on right there. I think that's kind of weird that he's basically watching where he's flying instead of like sensing it with different stuff that's in his systems or whatever. I think it's kind of funny that he looks like he's like wearing like some type of an oxygen mask type of deal. If you look right behind his head, you'll notice that there is a button right here. And if you push this button, you could actually get a pretty neat sound effect. It took me a little while to realize that is not really a roar. It's more of like well, I guess it is a roar, but it's like a jet roar as it flies by. Out of every Megatron figure that I have collected, I honestly have to put this one in second place. And the reason I say that is because the first Megatron that I ever got my hands on was actually the Transformers Armada Megatron. However, this one right here is actually one of the coolest designs I've ever seen. One thing I've always thought was funny is that the 2007 Megatron was absolutely astounding for its design when it came out. As for the 2009 version, not so much. And I think it's interesting that where you had the 2007 Megatron was really good and the 2009 was weird, they flip-flopped that when they did Optimus Prime. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and jump right into the fun part, and this is what you guys came to see, and that is the transformation from jet mode to alt mode. Alright, so what we're going to do first is obviously we're going to bring him back in for a close-up. What we're going to do first is we're going to start by taking this piece right here, flipping it up, and then spinning it around. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come right underneath here, and you will see that it is actually pegged right there into the wing, and right there into the wing, and we're going to go ahead and pop those out just like that, and pop that out just like that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click this down one click, and click this down one click, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come right here, and we're going to unpeg right here, and unpeg right here. Go ahead and bring those out. Just bring them down. Don't bring them out just yet. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and flip this little piece down. Make sure you slide the nose of the jet mode in, and then flip this piece down just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back here, and we're going to take Megatron's whole waist section, and on this central hinge right here, We're going to go ahead and flip this around and then flip this out just like this. And we're going to bring his legs down just like this and just like this. And then we'll bring his hip in, which is on a really heavy-duty ratchet joint, which I really like. And then you'll see that his foot is kind of messed up. That is actually because of a little switch that's in here in his knee. And when you straighten his knee, his foot will actually form. So there's that. So we'll come right here and we'll flip this out just like this. And as you do, it forms his foot just like that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come right here and we're going to fold this section out and fold this section out. And then, I actually just realized I wasn't even in the camera frame. Sorry, guys. What I did was I folded the piece of the front of his jet right here. These pieces will actually become his arms. So what I did on both sides was I just flipped those out just like that. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to grab the whole section of his jet mode. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to use his head to do it. And as you go up, his wings will fold in. And we'll fold this back so it sits behind his back. And then we will take this whole section, we'll fold these back out. We'll fold those back out, and then we'll bring that down. Click those into place, and then right where that connector is, it will feed right into that port right there. And that will solidify the connection for Megatron's body. So there we have Megatron's body standing up on his own. We'll go ahead and bring his head down and snap it. Oh, I didn't quite get it all the way forward. There we go. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I am very sorry. I actually messed up a little bit. There we go. What is going on? Just give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had a little hang up right in here, so I just went ahead and cut around that. But once you have all this flat against his back, you'll see that there is a peg hole underneath Megatron's chin. That will just go ahead and link right into this port right here. And there's Megatron's head ready to go. And then finally, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and you'll see that there's like a little button right here and a little hole right there on the inside of the shoulder. Go ahead and peg those in just like that. And now what we'll do is we'll bring these sections around. And we're going to flip this one around first. And then we're going to flip out what will become his hand. Just like that. And he's got his fingers. There's Megatron's right hand. And he is that one. There we go. He is a little stubborn when it comes to standing up. I do apologize. There we go. That's better. All right. And then what we'll do is we'll come over here, flip this around, bring this section back too, just like that, and then flip out his other hand just like that. And there we have the mighty Megatron. Now, like I said, I was not able to originally get this when the first movie came out, but the fact that I got it nowadays is honestly one of the coolest things I've ever been able to get for my collection. So in addition to obviously his alt mode, he does have a couple of features that he can use while he's in his alt mode. One of which is just like on Optimus, you'll see that there's a switch right here in his chest, and if you push it, these I'm not sure if these are supposed to be Energon horns or whatever, but they spring up and you get that really neat roaring sound effect, which I really like. Now, if you come over to his arm, his right arm, and we'll go ahead and bring that up, you'll notice that there is actually a trigger on his arm. Now, in the movie, if you guys remember the scene where he had Sam trapped on the roof of the building, and he was basically saying, hey, give me the Allspark and I'll let you live. When Sam refused, Megatron told him that that was unwise, and he actually deployed his Cybertronian mace. Now, in this section of his arm right here, this will actually open up, and you will see that it has like a little chain right here. And if you push this, I don't know if there's supposed to be a spring in here or not. Mine doesn't have one. I don't know if it's just that's how it's designed or whatever. But if you push that switch, you can actually take his hand out, and you can either fold up his fingers or leave his fingers out to make it look more menacing. But that is actually Megatron's mace right there. And what I like about it is that if you take this black switch right here and you push and you pull back on it, it will actually make the mace go from floppy, and it'll tighten the chain, and then you can put him in. His posability with this weapon is limited, but it's really cool that you can actually see how it's loose right there, and you pull up on that, and it makes it stiff. But that's pretty cool. And then you can either leave the chain out when you put his hand back, or you can put it back into this housing. I will admit that it can be a little stubborn to get back in the housing, so typically I just keep it out. And then on his other arm, he has a similar gimmick, and if you take his hand and you fold it in, you can take this section and you fold this in front of his arm just like this, and this will actually become a blaster. And give me 1 second, and then you'll see that the trigger is right there, and when you push back on that trigger, it will make that flip out just like that. Now, he does actually have a secondary blaster, which is the one he uses where he connects his arms together in front of him, and it's the weapon that he used to knock Optimus off his feet and throw him back into a building when he was fighting him. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're actually going to leave this section alone, just like this. Make sure you peg in his hands on his arms just like that, and you're going to need this connection port. So we'll go ahead and bring his arm up just like this and put that section of him just like that. The next thing we'll do is we'll come over here and we'll fold his fingers in on his other arm just like this. Fold those in. Now for this, you might want to try and put the chain away for his mace. Like I said, it can be a little stubborn, but I find that if you try and put it in just like that, where it comes off his hand, goes in and wraps around, it's a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to shut. So then what we'll do is we'll bring this up and we'll bring this around just like this. Make his arm straight, and you'll notice that, sorry about that, my cats are not getting along, I apologize. You'll notice that there is a ridge right here. You can actually connect his hands together, and when you do, this is the weapon that he used to fire on Optimus. Now mine doesn't want to really connect, but that's what the weapon would look like when the pieces are connected together. So as you can see there, he is ready to stand up against Optimus. Now if you wanted to, you could push this trigger and deploy these cannons again. It really doesn't work very well when you try and do that when they're connected like this. But overall, I think that weapon mode is actually pretty cool. And I like that since he has knee joints, you can actually put him in a pose similar to how he was when he used that weapon on Optimus Prime. But anyway, guys, so there is the 2007 Transformers Leader Class Megatron from the first live-action Transformers movie. I'm going to be jumping around between cartoon and live-action for a little bit, just until I get a steady rhythm going. But anyway, if you guys have any other figures you'd like me to try and do, feel free to comment below. Even hit the like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and I will do what I can to help you out as we go. And until then, bye.